Do you want to hear something a bit unexpected? What if poverty isn't some sort of failure on your part, but rather your body utilizing it as a protective mechanism? Because what if money isn't slipping through your fingers because you're undisciplined, but rather a loyalty to an old survival tactic that you felt kept you safe? And what if abundance and prosperity isn't going to come until your nervous system finally feels safe enough to receive? And if you're looking for tactics that you can implement right away that'll start pulling out those money police that are stopping you from fully receiving everything you deserve, then stick around and let's dive in. Welcome to where you are finally able to get unstuck and experience nervous system peace that is integrated into your everyday life as your new normal. Because transformation is a way of life here, and yours begins now. So let's say something that most people are probably not wanting to say out loud. Poverty can absolutely be framed as a protective mechanism, not because you emotionally or mentally want it, but rather that it's something your body feels the ability to feel safe in. It gives you the ability to be less visible, less represented, less responsible for other people and their decisions. And it also means you're going to be less likely to be targeted, which means you get to stay safe because you're out of that spotlight. So when wealth or ease or expansion comes your way, you don't get excited. You brace for impact of, oh no, what's going to happen next? And honey, this isn't self-sabotage. This is a safety mechanism your body has been conditioned to engage in order for you to succeed and survive. So I want to ask a really serious question right now. Who did you have to be when you had less? And what did having less protect you from? I'm going to let that land for a minute. Because these are some serious questions. When we are wanting to pull things out, we have to really get clear with ourselves. What is really going on a deeper level? Because you can have the systems in place and have the perfect lineup or whatever, right? And if our body screams, this is unsafe, we will subconsciously sabotage, we will subconsciously destroy, we will subconsciously make it no longer in existence in our life, essentially, one way or another at some point, because our bodies do not feel safe enough to hold it. So how do we fix it? First, you want to identify what's going on within your body and the thought that is coinciding with it. So if you're feeling a tightening in your chest, for instance, and every time you feel that it's, oh no, I can't do this, or I can't afford this, or I don't know, right? Something like that, right? You'll hear yourself speaking it inside your head, or even my favorite tool is actually talk to yourself, have a conversation. Ask yourself the questions I just asked. Who did you have to be when you had less, right? And what were you trying to protect yourself from? Because when you are able to ask yourself that and give yourself the ability to real-time respond out loud, you will quite literally speak the things into existence. You will speak what it is that is going on in your head, in your mind, and your body. And I can't even tell you how many times when I'm problem solving and I'll speak it and I was like, oh wow, I didn't even think about that, right? But it just comes out. It's just kind of how it happens. And it's a great tool when we're utilizing it. And it can be also the tool that makes us word vomit all over people and just trauma dump when we are so overloaded and we are just trying to deal with stuff, right? And so when we are unable to fully step into that awareness, it can feel really overwhelming. And so I want to challenge you to sit with those emotions that come up. They're just feelings. They will ebb and flow. They will eventually leave. And they're trying to tell you something. And instead of feeling like the victim or woe is me, why is this happened again? I want you to be empowered of oh wow, I didn't even see it from that perspective. Oh wow. Whatever it is that gets to come your way, because when you gain that knowledge and that perception, you are fully able to understand your next divine action. Being able to know how you need to move is one of the most important things when you're trying to traverse out of this mess, really, these conditionings and these things that your body is honestly trying to keep you safe. Okay. That's what a lot of the times when clients come to me and we have these blocks, we run into these blocks, it is oftentimes something that is the body is trying to keep you safe. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people talk about. At least my clients, they're just oh wow, I never even thought about it like that. Because then we can give ourselves some grace, oh wow, Thank you for trying to protect me. Like, and you can more easily step into the gratitude aspect versus this like victim, something's wrong with me aspect, right? We don't want to be here. We want to be in that gratitude and that graciousness and being able to, it makes it easier to sit with the feelings, right? And when you are able to recognize that you are able, which sounds so kind of probably weird if this is new to you, but that you are able to successfully sit with these emotions and nothing bad is going to happen. You're just going to feel some feels. You might even cry, might need to shake it off, right? Do some techniques to like get the body's energy, like get it out, but you're going to be okay. And when we're able to communicate that safety, first and foremost, hey, I open my hands to that gratitude, yes, but I recognize that you have tried to keep me safe. Maybe providers try to keep me safe. But I need to ask myself now, what does my nervous system believe wealth would cost me? What does my nervous system believe receiving abundance would change my life into something negative? What does my nervous system believe when it comes to safety and receiving divine blessings? Asking yourself these questions will help you start to reorganize your thoughts and give you a more clarity of understanding of what's going on, because that will give you the ability to go into the next step. And so now that we've had a clear understanding of what the body is currently perceiving, or at least an idea of potentially where it came from, right? Now we want to ask, is this still a threat today? Does this still apply? And if the answer is yes, I want you to take some time, 5 minutes, not long, but to make like a quick list of being able to strategize different ways that you can research, make some phone calls over, whatever it looks like, in order to step outside of that information where that stuck pattern where you are continuously repeating the same things, i.e. the feelings and why you're still having this energy. Because until we discharge this energy, until we actually get it out of our systems, we're going to hold on to it. And when we are able to recognize, is this, even if it is a still occurring issue that you're facing, right? Giving yourself power steps and making, whether you like the list or it's on your phone, whatever. I always prefer something where it's pen to paper, because there's actually research that shows the connection is actually stronger and it's a whole thing. But my preference is pen to paper. Write it down. Give yourself the ability to conclude and give yourself the ability to actually finish these tasks where you are able to fully conclude the things that you were wanting to do without feeling overwhelmed. One, this gets the energy moving to resolve today's issue. And if it's not, which it probably isn't, honestly, then now we can give ourselves the ability to create what it is we want instead and be able to do what it is that we are wanting to align with instead. Yes, I feel this tightness in my chest because once upon a time, I didn't have enough money to buy groceries. And every time I hear the cash register comes up, I know I have money and I'm not there anymore. I was there, and I know you're trying to keep me safe by having, I don't know, maybe you felt humiliated or something, right? Or you had to pay with food stamps or something and you felt really bad, or I don't know, right? Whatever it is that's coming up around money or whatever it is, recognizing it, witnessing it. I see that you felt this way in the past and you are trying to keep me safe now. Thank you for all that you're trying to do, but this isn't there anymore. I am safe to receive. I am safe to spend money. I am safe to whatever it is that you are doing, that you're feeling the feels around, because when we're able to witness them, see them, and walk through them in something more aligned, it gives us the ability to actually create what it is we want instead. We're not falling to the victim. And even if it's something that is still occurring today, we are able to recognize that we have the power to change our mindset. We don't have to fall victim. We can be empowered and take initiation. And even if it's like researching for 10 minutes to solve the problem, that might even be all you're doing. But what are you doing? You're putting something in motion that solves the problem on which you face. So even if it is still something you're dealing with, you are coming out of that stuckness, out of that stagnation. if you always hear, if you hear what I always say when it comes to like, even if it's a crawl, just keep going, meaning never stop moving in motion, no matter how bad it is. Even if you have to drop to your, 1% of your version of the self you want to be, keep that 1% going every day, because that 1% will maintain the neural pathways and connections that allows the body to maintain the motion and the energy and the clearing, in this particular case, the clearing of that energy in which you are trying to facilitate out of the body. And so with all of that being said, drop down below what you're thinking. If there's anything you are working on that you want us to cheer you on for, we'd love to hear and connect. And so let us know how this is hitting you, and we will catch y'all next time.